Hey everyone, I had a request from a viewer that asked me to do a video of the makeup look that I did with the vampire teeth when I was lip syncing to Olivia Rodrigo's song Vampire. So I'm going to do a step-by-step video of what that makeup look consisted of. You do not have to do every single one of these steps, but I am also going to include a tutorial for how to make the fangs, and they were the 13mm size. I found the kit on Amazon and I made them myself. Okay, the first thing I want to mention is I have washed my face already. What I normally put on underneath my makeup is a combination of organic castor oil and this Nabunzin serum. It's a Korean brand and it's a #3 skin softening serum. I normally do 2 dropperfuls of this along with about 3 to 5 drops of this. All right, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the castor oil and the Nabunzin skin softening serum, and I mix that just like this and then just apply it to my face. Make sure to get your eyes. There's nothing in this combination that should be irritating, but you know, everyone's skin is a little bit different, so if this causes any irritation, then you know, find something that doesn't. I like this because I have a tendency to get dry skin, and this combination seems to prevent that from being so much of an issue when I'm applying makeup after. Okay. And make sure to get your neck area as well. This is my favorite makeup brush. I like it because it has 2 different size brushes on it, and I use this pretty much all over my skin, my eyes, my cheekbones. It just depends on what I'm doing as far as the look, but I do the blending primarily with this, and I do my eye makeup primarily with this one. And then I use this one for my blush and, you know, just to help with contouring. So I have this compact. This is actually a highlighter compact by Wet n Wild. It's not very expensive. I don't even know what color it is, but it's got like a gold tint to it. I got this a really long time ago. I don't even know what the color is anymore, but I do remember it was a Wet n Wild brand. And I like to use this as a shadow. Now in that video, that's what I did. I used this as an eyeshadow. So I just take the smaller brush and I apply it to the lid and all the way up to the eyebrow. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so that is the eyes. One second. This is a tattoo felt tip eyeliner made by Ruby Kisses, and I usually use this for that look. And I apologize, there's some issues with the lighting, but hopefully you guys can see this okay. Okay, I start with that on both eyes. Okay, and I'm going to build from there. Okay. Once you've got the liner the way you want it, you can go ahead and put the black away. I have this dark blue. It's also a tattoo liner. And what I normally do is just line under my eye with that one, under the eyelash, not on the waterline. All right, one moment. This is an NK Bold eyeliner. It is a blue shimmery color, like kind of like a blue glitter is what it's called, AA0631. I normally use this on the inner eye, right on the waterline. All right, and that's all for this one. For my eyebrows, I have an Absolute New York eyebrow pencil. This is actually in brown. It is MEB as in boy, P as in Paul, 05. And you'll notice on these, if you're not familiar with eyebrow pencils, there is a wide end and there's like a pointed end. When I do my eyebrows, I use the wider end up at the top of the eyebrow and the narrower end at the bottom. And what I normally do is I will start and then I will kind of pull it to the side as I'm working on my eyebrow. And hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm talking about here. And if you have too much at the end, just smooth it out. Eyebrows are always something that takes a little bit of practice, so if you're new to working on your eyebrows and you struggle with this part, don't beat yourself up about it. Just keep practicing. It's not something that is super easy. I mean, there are a lot of different ways that you can thicken your eyebrows, especially if you have eyebrows like mine that have been over plucked over the years. I just feel like it gives it a more natural look and a more youthful look if you actually go ahead and fill them in. In the past, I've used the Wet n Wild eyebrow kit as well, and I really liked that as well. Okay, so this is the finished eyebrow look, and now I'm going to show you, I've got a glitter eyeliner that I like to use kind of for highlighting. This is also by Ruby Kisses, and it's called Eye Bling. And what I normally do with this is a couple of things. I line underneath here. And then where my wing ends, I go ahead and put some right there. And then on the inner corners of my eye, I actually take it and almost paint it on. And it adds a nice shimmer to the corner. Okay, so hopefully you can see what is going on with that. Now in the video, I just used a shimmer lip gloss and kind of a pinkish, almost neutral lip color. And then in part of the video, I also did a bold red. So it just depends on what your preference is as far as a lip look. But before I get to that part, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the part of the highlighter that I did with like the cheeks and everything. 1 second. This is a Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner. And this one is 652C Gone Burgundy is the color. What I normally do with this, you'd think I would be putting this on my lips, but no. I'm actually gonna put this just a bunch of little dots on my cheek. Some more over here. Right up here. Right along here. And a little bit here. Okay, and that is now going to be smoothed out with this small brush that we used on the eyes. And once I kind of buff this out with a smaller brush, I'll go back over it with the larger brush. And I apologize if the lighting isn't good in here. I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm trying to work with like a little headlamp light because the lighting in this bathroom is just not really great. So I'm doing the best I can. Okay, I'm going to take the same little end and just kind of brush down and brush to the side. Okay, now we're going to take the larger brush, same highlighter palette, and just kind of brush over top of it. All right, and that is pretty much everything that I did with my skin. Now, sometimes I use some concealer under my eyes, but For that particular video, I did not need to. It just depends on the lighting and whether or not I feel like it's necessary. That is also a step that you can take. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did for the lips now. After this, I'm actually going to take the lip look off and then show you how I worked with the prosthetics to make the teeth, to make the molds and all that. So I'll show you what the lipstick look is without the fangs, and then I'll remove just the lipstick part, and then I'll make the fangs and show you guys that process, and then I'll reapply the lipstick. So here's same lip liner that I use for the cheeks, just to dot along. Same lip liner, we're just going to take all right. Let me go get the glitter lip gloss one moment. This is an e.l.f. lip lacquer, and the color is Bubbles. That is actually it for the makeup look, other than eyelashes. I glued individual eyelashes, or you can do a whole eyelash strip, or you can just put mascara on your existing lashes, whatever your preference is. All of those will translate well on camera. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and remove this lipstick look so that I can show you the process of making the fangs. For the sake of time, I'm just going to use mascara rather than putting fake eyelashes on, but that is definitely an option if you prefer to do that. I don't know if you can see, but I had a little smudge mark there, so I went ahead and cleaned that up as well. Okay, to remove the lipstick look, which I will reapply after we make the, fake fangs, what I'm going to do is just take a baby wipe and clean that off. Okay, so the fang equipment that I got off of the internet, it says to prepare a cup of boiling water and pour the amount of about 15 pieces of gel for 1 piece of fangs. So the smallest size that I got are the 13 millimeter size. And the molds, I don't know if you can see them in here, but this is like what the molds look like. So it comes with 2 molds. It's kind of difficult to see in there, but it comes with 2 of those molds, and what you do is you take 15 pieces of the little plastic that melts in hot water, and it doesn't melt to where it disintegrates, it just melts down so that it's soft and pliable, almost like a clay. And then what you do is you're going to take that out of the hot water once it turns like a clearish consistency, and then you're going to press it down into the molds. One thing I figured out with this process is that once you have them once you have the pliable plastic in the molds, and then you adhere them to your teeth, once you pop them loose, the best thing to do is to put them in the refrigerator and just keep them in there until they turn like the solid white color again. And that way they're easier to remove from the molds, and you can actually reuse these molds several times. Make sure you brush your teeth before making these, because you just don't want to have any kind of germs contaminating them. And then what you're going to do once they're fully formed, I took some scissors and I just cleaned them up a little bit. So if there's any like excess hanging over the mold, I kind of trimmed that up so that it didn't look, so that it looked, I guess, more realistic. I cleaned them up as much as I possibly could. And then I took some Polygrip. This is the Polygrip Power Max, and I put a very small amount on both sides of the artificial fang, and then held it in place, because they're not like dentures. You cannot, like with dentures, you can kind of bite down and help it to set, but with a fang, you can't do that. So you have to hold it in place tightly for a good amount of time to make sure that it's not going to, come loose. And once you've done that, they should last a good amount of time. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and brush my teeth. I'm not going to show you that process because I know you guys know how to brush your teeth. And then I'm going to go ahead and make them, and then I'll bring them back out here, and then I'll show you how to actually put them in the molds, and then how to press them up so that you get the initial shape before you put them in the refrigerator.